Hello, welcome to a new video. If you are new to my channel, thank you for joining me. My name is Erica and I run a business all about journaling called Cornflower Lane, and I have this channel where I upload weekly journal with me videos. So today's video is slightly different. I'm going to be making a mini book with you. Now this is a journal to document our Christmas last year, so 2021, when we went to America to stay with my auntie. So here I am just getting all my papers together and I'm all cutting them all down to size. The cover that I'm going to be using is actually a mailer that I got out there, so I ordered some bits while we were there, and this came with some bags in it, some shopping bags. So I'm going to be using that as a cover, and then I'm going to just use lots of different scrapbooking papers for the inside pages. So I'm just cutting them all down to size. I've got various different sizes, heights and widths as well. So you can see here that I'm just leaving on the little strip at the bottom that has the barcode and the design collection name, and I just leave that on because I just quite like leaving it on sometimes, especially if I'm just doing a kind of quite a junky mini book like this. So once I've cut all the papers, I'm just going to quickly put them all together in a rough order, just to make sure they all fit. So obviously the pages in the middle might need trimming a bit, but I don't think I actually do that with this because I'm not too bothered about them hanging over the cover a bit. So here I've actually added a few bits of tissue paper, I won't journal on these, but they're just to add a bit more colour and just something a bit different. So I'm just trimming those down a bit. I'm just going to rip them just to give that sort of soft look on the edge. And then I don't actually rip them down enough, so then I have to go back through and tear them off a bit more. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to trim these long, narrow pages a bit because I don't really want them sticking out of the top. And then I thought I was probably ready to bind it in, but I then had a new delivery of a tag punch, so I thought some of these thinner pages I was just going to add that as a bit of a different look to some of the pages. So I just went through and I punched those. Obviously this paper's a little bit wide, so I'm just trimming down the corners. And actually here I thought I had counted the pages for the number of photos that I had, so a rough guess of how many pages I needed, but I actually ended up adding more photos to some of the pages, so I did actually end up taking a few of the middle pages out, so I did make it a bit thinner. So now I'm going to bind it all together, so I'm just going to go through flick through each page and just make sure it's sort of roughly within the cover of the book, and just sort of having some of the pages up a bit and some down, just to add a bit of interest to each page so it's not all uniform throughout the book. And also making sure that the tissue paper is in the right place, because obviously because it's a bit light and thin, it can move around a bit. I've had that happen before. So then I'm just going to use these giant paper clips to hold them roughly in place, and then I've got my awl and my needle, my scissors and some waxed thread, and then I use this bit of old packaging just to pierce the holes into so I don't damage my desk. And I'm just roughly measuring, so I want 3 holes, so I'm going to go in the middle and then one at the top and one at the bottom. Takes a bit of pushing through because obviously it's all scrapbook paper, so it's quite thick paper, and then there's quite a few pages, so it takes a bit of piercing. So once I've done that, I'm going to thread my needle once I find the one I want to use. I seem to have a favourite needle that I use all the time, even though I've got about 8. So then I just bind this together, so I'm going out of the middle. I'm going to have this tying on the inside. I was thinking about having a tassel, but so it hangs from the outside of the book, but I decided against it. And then just back in through the bottom and all the way up out the top, and then back through the middle, so I can tie the 2 ends together in the middle of the book. I have got a video showing you more in depth how I make the journals and the binding process, but I am hoping to make a new video in the new year, so if you would like to see that, if you subscribe to my channel, you will get to see that soon. And that's done, so I'm just doing a quick flip through, show you all the pages bound into the book. And next week I will be starting to do some journaling in it, so I hope to see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this quick video of me showing you how I made my mini book. I'll see you next week. Bye!